Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, man. We coming with another trade recap. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd, day before Christmas Eve, Christmas week. Like I said, I am trading this week. I'm not trading tomorrow or Christmas though. I don't know yet on tomorrow. I'm gonna obviously be in the market, but my plan is to not take a trade. But if I see a setup, I might. But Christmas, I'm for sure not trading. Now, let's get into today, though, man. I'm going to be as transparent as possible. Show y'all my executions, every execution I took. As y'all see, I took a buy here, stopped out, took a sell, stopped out, and I took this last buy, and I hit this trade. So I took 2 L's and 1 W, and I'm going to talk about them. So coming into today, man, as you see on the hourly, hold on, let me turn off my executions now real quick for y'all boys, so we can see. All right, so coming into the market, man, I was honestly bearish until New York open. Like I said, if you was in the market today, as y'all just saw on New York open, we completely just ripped up 100 points off rip. So that completely changed my bias to buys, bullish. But like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all boys why and what my brain process was. So today, marked out my liquidity, like I said, like we do every single day. We already tapped into this opening gap from the 21st on NQ. We didn't on ES, which when I first was looking at it, at first I was just thinking of SMTs. You know what I'm saying? As you see, we did have a bullish SMT eventually, but like I said, we didn't get that until later on in the market. So breaking it down, I'm going to go to the 1 minute. We had market open off rip 930. What did we do? We just ripped all the way up. Now, there's no confirmations to get into that or just buy before market open. I don't trade pre-market. Rarely. It's a rare thing. Now, if I see my A+ setup before pre-market, before market opens, I will take it. But it's very rare I do that because normally I don't see my market or the volatility is just way too slow. I wait until New York open volatility to kick in. But that's besides the point. Now, coming into the market, like I said, we ran up and we swept out London highs. Same thing on ES. We barely tapped it, and then we eventually swept it. And that's why I got into these first buys. So the first buys, like I said, I do not trade into gaps. I'm going to continue to say this. So after we had this big pump, what did I think we was going to do? We was just going to get a quick retrace and pump higher with all that volatility in. We had it pumped over, let me just show y'all boys, 930 open, right? 930 open, we pumped exactly 100 points. Exactly 100 points. So off that alone, I was already flipping my bias to bullish. Now look, we go to the 5 minute, we tap into the gap. Now, what did I tell y'all every video? I do not trade into gaps. I trade continuations, extension legs outside of gaps. So we tap into the 5 minute. Now it could have got a better feel, but like I said, with how we kicked into New York session, I thought the volatility was in crazy. Now we got the same gap on ES, and we was so high on ES near London highs. I just thought we would go ahead and run it all and just continue to push higher because my target was the daily high from yesterday. After creating this opening gap, tapped into it, I'm thinking we're just gonna rush higher to the daily high. Now, I'm giving this recap to y'all fresh as soon as I get off the market and done trading because I just want to give y'all my raw thoughts. Now, I still feel like we go and get those highs, but obviously I'm not going to chase this trade. Like I said, I already took 2 L's and then I got some of my profits back. Now, on my third trade, I did de-risk, which is something that I'm not really proud of because I always say, man, you want to keep faith and keep having a good confidence in your setup. So me de-risking wasn't bad or wasn't nothing crazy, but it's just, like I said, I left money on the table. But like I said, I'm trading these lives with 2 to 3 micros, so it's nothing crazy. Now look, like I said, we got the tap on the 5 minute. after this big push. And so what did I think? Thinking we're just going to go ahead and run to my target. So after this extension leg, 944, I enter, stops at these lows, and now I'm targeting, what did I say, the daily high. Now I have break even at this literally at this high, but we missed it by a couple points. And like I said, I'm gonna follow my rules. If I don't hit break even, I'm not gonna go break even. So I didn't go break even, and we eventually got stopped out on this first trade. Lost like 150, and then the second trade. Now, me flipping my bias, I'm not mad at it. Just showing what the market was showing and how much volatility we had. Like I said, we pumped 100 points off rip. We took London low, and then what do? We just pumped right back down. So, and then like I said, we fell into this gap, and then we got a continuation leg lower. That's my setup. We got our sweep as well, and then now after we pumped right back down, I'm thinking we're just gonna go and fill in this opening gap for ES, because like I said in the beginning of the video, we did not fill it on ES. So that's what I'm thinking we're targeting after we pump, sweep, London high, and we put in a London high SMT at the time. Let me show y'all, boys. Like I said, here we had the SMT, and so I just thought we was going lower after we pump high, and then we just fill in everything lower. And then like I said, I found my A+ setup. We come in, fill a gap after breaking all this structure, come in, fill into these gaps, extension leg lower. What do? Enter, stop at the high. I get stopped out. That's 2 L's, and I think it was also for like a $150 trade. So I was down 300, or no, I was down like, I think I was down like, I don't remember. Anyway, third trade, I took those 2 L's, and then my third trade, what did I see? I started marrying the bullish way, because after my second trade got stopped for the sales and we didn't want to reach there, what did we have? We had SMT, bullish SMT. So now I'm just back to my original bias. Now, flipping your bias like this is good and it's bad. Like, you want to do it in a calculated way, obviously. You don't want to just, I get stopped out, now I'm going for sales. I get stopped out, now I'm going for buys. No, each trade I'm showing y'all and giving y'all reasons behind why I'm entering these trades. And I feel like that's what every trade you get into is a risk, regardless if y'all want to believe it or not. People get into a trade and just think, all right, I need to hit this $300 or whatever, $300 day or whatever the fuck you're going for, but not thinking about what risk you're putting on. Every trade is not going to be a winner. You don't even know the trade you get into. You don't know if it's going to be a winner. We're not the market makers. All right. But like I said, every trade I got into, I'm giving y'all reasons. Now, my third trade, I only take 3 trades max. Now, I don't ever go over 3 trades. Rarely. It's a rare thing. Like I said, I haven't had FOMO in a pretty long. I'm not the best trader in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing y'all my journey. And these are the rules I set in place for me. So, last trade, got right back into the bullish bias. Like I said, we had SMT at the low from the 22nd. And same thing with ES. We start breaking back higher. And now I'm looking back to my regular ways. And then, like I said, we came on ES, inversion, gap, everything. So, if y'all are trading ES with NQ, you're missing a lot of information. Now, the reason why I got for these buys, we had the SMT at the lows, and like I said, I already had a bullish bias. You look over at ES, we never filled that gap, that same 5-minute gap that I entered my first longs on NQ with. So, like I said, if I was more patient today, I definitely could have just took my last trade as my first trade and would have banked. As you see, we're going to my target as we speak. But like I said, I'm not going to chase it. I already took 3 trades, and yeah, so like I said, my last trade, I would have been up for the day, but I de-risked, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. Like I said, tapped into the gap, came up, I don't trade into gaps. I wait until we get the extension leg up. So we tapped into the gap, extension leg up, entered off this 1030 candle, targeted data highs, and that's how I got my trade, and that's how we are down 142 for the day. Yeah, man, that's pretty much the recap, man, of today. I just want to talk about just believing in your setup, man. Like I said, I took 2 L's. Look for the same exact setup the third time. Every trade y'all take, y'all should know why you're getting into a trade. Don't just get in because of FOMO. You got stopped off. You stopped out for longs. So now I'm gonna just hurry up and enter short because I got stopped out of my longs. That's stupid as hell. You don't want to do that. Like I said, every trade you enter is a risk, man. I look at risk before I look at what my profit can be. You know what I'm saying? Before I enter a trade, I see what my stop loss. If I don't have a safe stop or a good enough stop loss, I'm not entering into that trade. But like I said, that's just me. I'm not on here to teach or show y'all that I'm the best trader or nothing like that. This is literally just a journal for me. And I'm doing this, making this video for myself to journal, look back at this and understand what I did for the day. And like I said, if I was just more patient, my original buys would have showed up. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all boys. I really don't got nothing really to say. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep grinding it out. Q4 is almost over. You know what I'm saying? We finishing off this year strong. My funded futures have these rapid accounts again, where you can get daily payouts. So I'm gonna get one of those accounts in a little bit when I get paid from my job or whatever like that. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep this thing pushing, man. Keep grinding on these live accounts. You know what I'm saying? Almost at this payout. Just gotta stay disciplined. Like I said, I could have chased this trade, put more risk on, maybe lost more because I'm itching for a payout. So yeah, just keep believing in what you got going on. Believe in your journey. Everything that y'all are seeing on social media or YouTube, take it for a grain of salt and study your data. Study what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, the way I feel towards the market and towards money is going to be completely different from the way you may perceive money. So your emotions is going to be different from mine. So regardless if we get into the trade or whatever at the same weight, your emotions, how you manage the trade, are you moving your stop loss lower because it's about to hit your stop loss and you really don't want to lose, so now you're just going down and down and down, fucking up your account, all your profit you made. So like I said, man, stay having faith in your setup and what you're doing and your story. Like I said, we all started this trading journey differently. We all started it with different ideas and different aspects in life. So yeah, man, that's it. I'm gonna keep yapping, but that's it for this video. If y'all go ahead, like the video, subscribe for more recaps. You know what I'm saying? Follow my IG. I post every single trade I do on there. If I don't post a recap on YouTube, the trade will be up on my IG at RyanDakar_. Make sure y'all go follow that thing if y'all want to see the daily trades. And yeah, man, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. We out.